students, we were discussing about the types of intermolecular forces. Up till now, we have studied the 4 types of intermolecular forces. Now today, we will study the last type of that intermolecular forces, that is the hydrogen bonding. Now, this is a special type of dipole-dipole interaction. In the first type of intermolecular forces, you have studied what is meant by dipole-dipole interaction. So, see, the hydrogen bonding is a special type of dipole-dipole interaction. But what is the difference? I will tell you. Here, as the name indicates, the bond is formed between the hydrogen atom of one molecule and the more electronegative atom, or the atom having the lone pair of electrons of the another molecule. So, how the hydrogen bond is formed? When hydrogen atom is bonded with more electronegative atoms. Now, which atoms are more electronegative? You know some examples. Fluorine. Fluorine is more electronegative. So, when hydrogen is forming a bond with fluorine, the bond is HF bond. If hydrogen atom forms a bond with oxygen atom, again oxygen atom is more electronegative. So, the bond is OH bond. Or if the bond is formed with nitrogen atom, this is also more electronegative atom. These two atoms are also having the lone pair of electrons. So, such type of bonds are also called as are formed between hydrogen and the more electronegative atoms. Okay. Now, in this case, here what happens? The hydrogen atom of this one molecule, suppose hydrogen atom of this HF molecule, will form the bond with the more electronegative atom of another molecule. See, this is the another HF molecule. Now, in this case, we know that this hydrogen atom is having less electronegativity than the fluorine. So, it acquires slight positive charge, partial positive charge is developed on this hydrogen atom, and partial negative charge is developed on the fluorine atom, because fluorine is more electronegative. Now, when this molecule comes in contact with another molecule which also possesses the hydrogen atom, then what happens? Again, this molecule will carry partial positive charge on hydrogen atom and partial negative charge on fluorine atom. Now, the hydrogen atom of this molecule is forming a special bond with the fluorine atom, that is more electronegative atom of another molecule, and that bond is called as a hydrogen bond. Have you got? Similarly, I will take another example where OH bond is formed. Now, let us see the example of water. You know the molecular formula of water, that is H2O. Now, here this oxygen is more electronegative, so it acquires partial negative charge. Hydrogen atom is less electronegative, therefore it will acquire slight positive charge. Now, when this water molecule comes in contact with another water molecule, what happens? The hydrogen atom of one molecule will interact with the oxygen atom, that is more electronegative atom of another water molecule, and therefore the bond is formed, that is called as a hydrogen bond. This bond is also the hydrogen bond. So remember, whenever hydrogen atom is bonded with more electronegative atoms like fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen or sulfur, then in that cases you will observe this special dipole-dipole interaction that is called as a hydrogen bond. Why it is called as dipole-dipole interaction? You know, the dipole-dipole interaction is created between the two polar molecules. Here also these molecules are polar, but they are interacted by the hydrogen bond. This interaction can also be named as dipole-dipole interaction, but especially here one of the atom is hydrogen atom and therefore it is called as a hydrogen bond. Now let's see the types of hydrogen bond. There are two types of hydrogen bond. The first one, that is called as intramolecular hydrogen bond. And the second one, that is intermolecular hydrogen bond. Second one, intermolecular hydrogen bond. Now let's see what is meant by intramolecular hydrogen bond. If the hydrogen bond exists within a single molecule, within the same molecule, then that hydrogen bond is called as intramolecular hydrogen bond. एकाच मोलिक्यूल मध्ये जर हायड्रोजन ॲटम आणि मोर इलेक्ट्रोनिगेटिव्ह ॲटम यांच्यामध्ये बॉन्डिंग पाहायला मिळालं, यांच्यामध्ये इंटरॅक्शन जर झालं तर त्याला आपण म्हणतो इंट्रामोलिक्युलर हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड. पण जर वेगवेगळ्या मॉलिक्युल्समध्ये दोन, मग ते सिमिलर मॉलिक्युल्स असतील किंवा डिसिमिलर मॉलिक्यूल असतील, एकाच प्रकारच्या दोन मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये किंवा वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या दोन मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये जर आपल्याला हायड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग पाहायला मिळालं तर त्याला म्हणतात इंटरमॉलिक्युलर हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड. द बॉन्ड हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड विच exists between two similar or dissimilar kinds of molecules, that is called as intermolecular hydrogen bond. Now let's see some examples so that you will get the clear cut idea. Now let's see the examples of intramolecular hydrogen bond. Simple example, that is ethylene glycol. The name of this molecule is ethylene glycol. See, in this ethylene glycol molecule, here oxygen atom is bonded with this hydrogen atom. I will show that bond just like this. Similarly, here also this oxygen atom is bonded with hydrogen atom. Now, this is a single molecule, same molecule. Now here what happens, the hydrogen at this hydrogen atom is forming a hydrogen bond with this oxygen atom. Similarly, this oxygen atom can also be interacted with this hydrogen atom in this manner, and therefore there will be the presence of intramolecular hydrogen bonding in ethylene glycol. Similarly, I will take one more example. Second example, that is orthonitrophenol. See the structure of orthonitrophenol. Suppose here is NO2 and OH. This is the structure of orthonitrophenol. For our convenience, I will draw the structure like this. Here, this nitro group is shown in this manner, NO2. Similarly, this OH atom can be a OH group is shown in this manner. Now here what happens? The oxygen atom of this nitro group is interacted with the hydrogen atom of OH group, because again we know this oxygen will carry slight partial negative charge and hydrogen will carry partial positive charge. Now here the hydrogen bond is formed within the same molecule, and therefore it is again the example of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Now see, the hydrogen bond is always shown by the dotted line, such line. Here also I have shown the dotted line. The strength of hydrogen bond, it may be either intramolecular or intermolecular. That strength is always more than the dipole-dipole interaction. Though the hydrogen bonding is a special kind of dipole-dipole interaction, remember well, the strength of that bond is more than the dipole-dipole interaction, but that bond is weak than the covalent bond or the ionic bond. Now let's see the intermolecular hydrogen bond. Here I have already told you that this bond is existing between the two different or same kinds of molecules. I will take some simple examples. Suppose this is the HF molecule, one molecule. This one is another HF molecule. Suppose this one is the third HF molecule. Now here, if here what will happen? This fluorine atom, which is more electronegative, is bonded with the hydrogen atom of another molecule, HF molecule. Similarly, this fluorine atom of this molecule will form the hydrogen bond with the third HF molecule. So these are the hydrogen bonds which are formed within two or more similar kinds of molecules. One more example. Suppose H2O molecule. Already I have told you, shown you that interactions. In case of H2O also, the bond is formed in this manner between the oxygen atom of one molecule and hydrogen atom of another molecule. The third example, you can show the bonding in ammonia molecule, NH3. Here, the nitrogen atom of one molecule will form the bond, hydrogen bond with hydrogen atom of another ammonia molecule. In this manner, here these examples are showing the intermolecular hydrogen bonds within the same kinds of molecule. Similarly, you can show the hydrogen bonds within different kinds of molecules. Now let's see, suppose here is the HF molecule. Now this HF molecule can form a bond with the water molecule in this manner. Now this hydrogen bond, this hydrogen atom is bonded with the more electronegative atom, that is oxygen atom of water molecule. So here the bond is formed, that is named as the hydrogen bond. Similarly, you can show the hydrogen bonding with another molecule, water molecule in this manner. Or this ammonia molecule can also form a hydrogen bond with the water molecule like this. Sorry. Here nitrogen is more electronegative, so it must form the bond with hydrogen atom of water in this manner. Have you got? Here these examples are showing the molecules, intermolecular hydrogen bond within the different kinds of molecules. Now let's see the definition of hydrogen bonding. Up till now we have understood what is meant by hydrogen bond. This bond is formed between hydrogen atom of one molecule and the more electronegative atom of another molecule. So the electrostatic force of attraction between the positively charged hydrogen atom of one molecule and the negatively charged atom or more electronegative atom or the atom having lone pair of electrons of another atom, that is called as hydrogen bond. Now let's see the consequences of hydrogen bonding. That is effects of hydrogen bonding. Consequences of hydrogen bonding. What are the effects on the molecules or compounds of hydrogen bond? The first consequence, that is the boiling point, effect on boiling point. Already I have told you that hydrogen bond is a stronger bond. The energy needed to break this bond is 40 kilojoule per mole. Suppose in case of HF molecule, the energy required to break this bond is 40 kilojoule per mole. Means more energy is required to break this bond. That is called as bond energy. Now, what is the effect on the boiling point of some molecules which contain the hydrogen bond? I will tell you. For that purpose, we will take the examples of hydrides of group 14, group 15 and group 16. Elements. Now which elements are of group 14, 15 and 16 you must know. I will show you first the group 14 elements, that is carbon, silicon, germanium and tin. Now they are hydrides, means the compounds which when formed by the combination of these elements with hydrogen. See the hydrides of group 14, that is carbon is forming its hydride CH4, valency of carbon is 4, so it combines with 4 hydrogen atoms. Silicon, germanium and tin, they are all stannous, they are also forming the 4 hydrogen bonds. Now here generally the boiling point of any molecule or compound increases with increase in molecular mass. Here actually the molecular mass of these molecules must increase because the atomic masses will increase. So with increase in molecular mass, the boiling point must increase in case of these hydrides. So the trend for the boiling point order should be like this, but actually should be like this. Similarly, let's see the example of hydrides of group 15. Now which elements are present in group 15? That is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic. Okay. Now these elements, arsenic and one more, that is stilbene, antimony. Now these elements are forming their hydrides with hydrogen atom. Here valency of these elements is 3, so their hydrides are shown like this: NH3, PH3, ASH3, SbH3. Again, since their molecular mass is increasing, the boiling point order should be like this. But here actually what is our observation? The boiling point of ammonia is greater than the boiling points of remaining hydrides, though the ammonia is having lower molecular mass. Now why this happens? This is due to the presence of hydrogen bond in case of ammonia molecule. Now here the nitrogen atom is more electronegative than the remaining atoms of group 15, and therefore only ammonia molecule is showing the hydrogen bonding. Other hydrides are not showing the hydrogen bonding, and therefore the boiling point of ammonia is greater than the remaining hydrides. Similar is the case of group 16, hydrides of group 16 elements. The elements of group 16 are oxygen, sulfur, selenium and tellurium. Their hydrides are shown like this: H2O, OH2, that is H2O, valency of oxygen is 2. Sulfur is forming H2S, selenium is forming H2Se. Here again you will observe the same trait, that is boiling point of water is greater than these hydrides. This is again due to presence of hydrogen bonding only in water molecule, but there is an absence of hydrogen bond in case of other hydrides of group 16. So what is the consequence of hydrogen bonding? Here you will observe the boiling points of ammonia, water and HF. HF is the hydride of group 16 element. These hydrides are having more boiling points than their corresponding hydrides. Okay, this is a first consequence of hydrogen bonding. Now let us see the second effect of hydrogen bonding on the property of molecule, that is the viscosity. Viscosity means the resistance to flow. Here the viscosity of molecules generally increases with increase in with the presence of hydrogen bonding. Those molecules which are having the hydrogen bonding, they will show the more viscosity than the other molecules which are not showing the hydrogen bonding. Similarly, this hydrogen bonding is used to determine the structure and properties of protein. The properties of proteins and their structure can be determined with the help of hydrogen bonding. You know, proteins and amino acids, they are present in living organisms, and their properties can be determined with the help of this hydrogen bonding. So students, up till now we have studied all types of intermolecular forces. Now in the next lecture we will study how these intermolecular forces and thermal energy affect on the different states of matter. Thank you.